Welcome to Healing Step to Wellness. I'm Dr. J,
I'm Mei.
your trusted guide to whole person health, one step
And one bite at a
at a
time.
time.
That's my favorite part.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, May, what are we going to talk about today?
you know what? Actually, we are getting into summer,
Mhm.
and this couple days are so beautiful. Not too hot, not too cold, and we also appreciate some rain because put we put how many plants, at least close to 300 plants, vegetable, fruits, plants in the ground, and also seeds.
Mhm.
So we are kind of praying for rain, and almost almost did the rain dance. So here we go. So and that also lead us to a lovely summer season that we can enjoy. And so there are several topics that you have in mind, Dr. J, to talk about.
Yeah. So we have been hearing that a lot of people are interested in heart health, um, brain health, Alzheimer's, brain health, and plantar fasciitis.
Yes,
Yeah.
plantar
So,
fascia, yike. I hate that.
oh, come on. I love it. I'm me. I'm sorry. I like
You
to
love
see
to
the
help
case.
patients,
Yes.
yes. And I have been in that position. It was so painful. So I feel bad when people had the struggle with that.
So there is some connection among these three actually: brain
Really
health, heart health, and then your body, your foot, all together.
interesting. Oh,
So
okay.
that's from the bottom up. Look at the foundation, the plantar
Mm,
fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is the inflammation of the big band on the bottom of the foot. We call plantar fascia. This
mm,
fascia is very strong. It attached to the front of our heel bone, calcaneus, and attached to all five toes. It's very strong, and it also on the back, its fibers are actually connected with Achilles tendon. Achilles tendon, Achilles, that two big muscles, gastro and soleus, the muscles. And the inflammation of the plantar fascia is largely non-mechanical, meaning the bone structures or how the people walk. And that irritates the plantar fascia and becomes plantar fasciitis. And a lot of time it's from tight muscles.
mm,
The calf muscle, the soleus, gastrocnemius, gastro, they're too tight. When you are
mm,
tight, you're not able to really bend your ankle
mm,
and to offload. No, when you walk, you're not able to really do the shock absorption, offload your foot. And
mm,
so you have a lot of pounding forces and then stretch your foot. And that is how you get this plantar fasciitis to begin with. So
mm.
if you're looking back, this plantar fasciitis pain traces back to the calf muscle. And now
It makes sense.
that makes sense. Yeah. When you have the calf muscle, here is real juice coming from.
Okay.
Okay, the soleus muscle. Muscles are the largest organ in our body to use
Mm,
glucose. So when you have issue with your muscles, no, or you don't exercise, no, the muscles don't move as well. Don't move a lot, don't move as well. That means they
mm.
do not use glucose. When you don't use
Oh,
glucose, so when you don't use glucose, the glucose stay in your blood, and that's how you have high blood sugar, diabetes.
interesting. Oh,
So that is that because of this, you don't move a lot, and you have too much sugar in your blood. You started to have insulin resistance, but at the same time, because insulin resistance, your muscles do not get enough glucose, cannot get
yeah.
enough glucose to be the fuel to power its function. So
Mm,
it's a vicious cycle. You get muscles weaker because insulin
mhm,
resistance, and because muscles
mhm,
weak, cannot use glucose. You have worse um, insulin resistance, inflammation. They're all
mhm,
together. And then when you have insulin resistance and inflammation, you started to affect your blood vessels. Now, blood vessels are stiff, easy to have a heart disease. And a lot of time, this inflammation will tie to the fat and then creating the plaque inside the artery. And that's what people usually think about heart disease. It's a plaque inside the arteries, inside your heart arteries. And that's how you have a heart disease, heart
I
attack.
see.
So, but then when you look at your brain, and that does two things. Number one, we just talk about the arteries. So when you have artery issue, the blood doesn't go very well. That means your brain will have less blood, less nutrients. And then the brain cells are starving. That means they're not going to function as well. And now you have the brain health. And that's one. And number two, with this is we talk about insulin resistance. And insulin resistance tied to type 2 to diabetes. And diabetes, when we check A1C, because with too much sugar inside the blood and the proteins got changed, modified. We call advanced glycation end product, age. Advanced glycation end product, AGE, age. And that's how we check A1C, because hemoglobin is being modified. And then we check how much glycated hemoglobin is inside our body to see how well this person has managed the glucose in the last 3 months. And Alzheimer's sometimes is called type 3 diabetes because you have all those tangles in the brain. That is similar to the advanced glycation end product, age products. So when you have the muscles issue, you actually reduce the blood flow to the brain, and you include the advanced glycated end product, age, inside your brain to affect the brain function. So the muscles are very important in those two ways.
So, okay. So wait a minute. But I just remember my experience of getting the plantar fasciitis. That was during the pandemic year. It's just like during that, remember during that spring or say winter time, that when the pandemic started and suddenly everybody need to stay home. So I was standing at a kitchen pretty much from sunrise to sundown, cooking all day
I
long.
was eating.
Okay, but that's not related, okay? So, but I didn't realize that whether that, and suddenly I had the plantar fasciitis triggered. Why is that? I mean, you talk about the muscle stiffness. And then, but does that really go that far to the insulin resistance? I thought the insulin resistance is more long term.
Yes, plantar fasciitis, unless someone's really had acute injury or just over the weekend, they did a lot of hiking more than usual. They really irritate the plantar fascia. But otherwise, it's a chronic condition. You stretch it gradually. You have a little pain, your body can take it. And so just like at one point, you just said, that's it. I cannot take it anymore. There's too much. And that's just like any pain, not just plantar fasciitis. Any pain in your body, you just tolerate. I think, oh, it's just a little bit pain. I can work with it. I can live with it. And it just builds on over and over time, and to the point it's too much.
Okay.
So this is just a lot of information right there. It's just like osteoarthritis. We used to say it's an old age arthritis, wear and tear, versus inflammatory type arthritis like rheumatoid. there's a lot of information inside. And then research now has found that actually osteoarthritis has inflammatory response inside too. So not only from the local wear and tear, too much pressure on one type of cartilage and wear it down, and then you have the information right there. But at the same time, the systemic inflammatory responses, those molecules will travel to the joint and accelerate the breakdown. So that is from the information also. And one of the major forms of chronic inflammation is the insulin resistance.
Okay. So the plantar fasciitis can be like you mentioned, acute situation, and another one is like it's a
Chronic.
chronic that until the point that truly cannot handle it.
Right.
So either way, you will have what people have the experience in like I cannot handle it anymore. It's so painful. It's just like um the worst,
Mhm.
foot pain ever. We have seen patients walk in with that sounds like or intolerable pain.
Right. Right. So I have to admit, don't recall it. I have to admit,
Yeah.
when I talk about lifestyle medicine, I always say treat the root cause. So
Yeah.
patient coming in with plantar fasciitis, I say,
Mm,
okay, let's treat the root cause.
mm,
Let's work on your physical therapy, work on your muscle strength, muscle flexibility. Let's work on your diet, everything. And I honestly did not realize patient left my office with the same pain.
mm.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to treat their root cause.
Yeah.
I was into this concept so much, I totally forgot about present right now.
Yeah.
They are in pain.
Yeah.
So instead of prescribing medication or
Yeah.
just stick steroid injection into the heel, I use laser, class 4.
Oh.
That is the strongest laser approved in the market right now. It provides not only the heat. People look at laser. First thing is heat. It doesn't just provide heat, but the energy is so strong. It's very specific. It goes into the cellular level, into the cells, and hit on the mitochondria. Those are the power plants inside the cell that hit that, and then they will increase the production of ATP, which is the
Mm.
energy molecule. So when the cells have energies, what do? They start the pain, they started to repair, they started to regenerate.
That makes sense.
So we'll be able to get the people pain-free before when they leave the office. Well, of
Mm-hmm.
course, the laser is not magic that you do one time and then pain will be gone. So there was serious protocol to come back. Just like we said, you charge a dead battery. We know that, especially in Minnesota, we know that a lot. Battery is dead. Then you can quick charge, and then your car run. However, if you just
Mm-hmm.
charge once and the car can start, and you just forget about charging it again, the battery will die.
Yeah.
Can't use it.
We start we start over again.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So there's a protocol. No, you have to do a certain number of treatment within a certain number of time. So we can fully recharge this battery. We can fully recharge the cells, the tissue in that area. So there's a certain protocol.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the point is, that's what I use, the first line. Doing that, no needle, no medication, will get it pain-free. And now the patient can move, and then we can do physical therapy, and we can work on the
Right.
food, and also, of course, other pillars of healthy lifestyle.
Right.
Because we like to tell people the body heals itself. Just takes
Right.
time. But body heals itself when? When we are sleeping. Deep sleep stages, not just the how long we sleep, not just the quantity, it's the quality, how good we sleep. And that's the
Right.
time the body will heal. So
Right.
that is a thing that I can go through since pain is under control.
Yeah. First, put a fire out, right?
Yes,
Yeah. I think that's so important. Just stop my pain and I will follow your protocol.
that's right. That's right. I actually didn't tell you this. I had a patient this morning coming in for osteoarthritis,
Mm.
and I asked her, how do you feel? What have you been doing the last 2 weeks? And she said, the thing helps me the most is green smoothie.
Wow.
She said, I could tell the difference when I had the green smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's arthritis, osteoarthritis.
I
So,
am so impressed.
right. That's how we can do. Stop the pain, we treat the root cause, and then treat the root cause. And then if we treat the leg muscles very well, the soleus, especially soleus muscle, very well, now you can prevent a lot of issues. Another thing is when you started to exercise, people usually have this experience. One day you walk more or you lift weight more, and your muscles are sore. And that's because when you try to do a lot of exercise, a lot of motion activities in a short period of time, your body cannot utilize glucose that fast. And they have to produce energy right away. So it go to something called anaerobic. Anaerobic meaning without oxygen. Anaerobic way to produce the energy. And at this time, they produce less energy, but you can produce energy quick. However, the side product, the byproduct is lactic acid. Lactate. Lactic acid is the one that causes soreness. And now we realize this lactic acid, the lactate, is not just nuisance causing pain. It actually can travel across the blood-brain barrier, the BBB, that a
BB.
gate to control what can go in and out the brain because it's a very important organ. You need to have tight regulation. Lactic acid can cross BBB into our brain and does two things. Number one, it increases blood vessel information called angiogenesis. So you form new blood vessels in your brain, which is good because you increase more blood flow, more hoses to water your garden, right? So you have more nutrients going to your brain. And second thing that it actually induce something called neuroplasticity, meaning you can form new networks of the neuron. And that's how we learn things. So with this neuroplasticity, you actually increase your brain capacity, not get your brain bigger, but getting your brain more networking inside your brain. And that's how, by exercising, especially your leg muscles, you can improve your heart health and improve your brain health.
I do want to share one thing, and this is so practical that we can do, especially for the upcoming great weather in Midwest. So we start, Dr. J, you and I have been pretty pretty consistent to adopt our morning movement. Number
Yes.
one,
Mm-hmm.
we got up and we went out to have even as short as 10 minutes of a walk in our neighborhood. Take out take out the glasses and no sunglasses. Just just embrace the nature. And when we come back to the house, then we do 30 minutes of the qigong.
Yeah, please
And
go
it's
and swimming.
qigong. Yes, it's a very simple. And you are going to introduce that in September's brain health workshop.
Yes, September
And
21st.
September 21st. And after that, Then we practice 10 minutes of the breathing
12
exercise.
minutes.
Or 12 minutes, okay. And then we did a very short meditation, maybe 5 minutes. So in the morning, it, that's how we pack our 1 hour before we even start our
Yeah.
high fiber breakfast.
Yes.
So so I think that, you know, I think that when we commit to ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to that 1 hour of the healthy habit, and even during a raining day, we just feel like even we walk for 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
let's at least do something, so that persistent habit that really make a huge difference. Just want us to we want to keep going. We don't want to
Right.
miss any day. So that's
Right.
important.
That's not only that, another big thing is early morning sunlight without glasses, sunlight going to our eyes, into our
Hmm.
brain. That is really to wake us up and set the tone for the circadian rhythm
The
for the
circadian rhythm. Yeah. Even melatonin for the evening, right?
right, right. That, but as far as I know, that is more beneficial if you go out to see sunlight in the afternoon, and
Mm.
then they will produce melatonin a few hours later.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, you can have a more than one walk a day, more than
Right,
two walks a
absolutely.
day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then walking after meals is probably the one of the best ways to manage, reduce insulin resistance.
Hmm.
Because as I mentioned, muscles is the largest organ to use glucose. So
Hmm.
after meals, there's a glucose spike. And then if
Hmm.
you walk right after meal, and then the muscles will be moving, using those glucose, and then you don't have that huge spike in your blood. So
Right.
that is the one of the best ways to reduce insulin resistance.
Right. And then that will reduce the occurrence of the foot pain, plantar fasciitis, something
That's
like
right.
that. And
Yes.
that also enhance the mood.
Yeah.
Then that means truly a good practice for uh, Alzheimer prevention,
Hmm.
and especially when we have a good mood, to reduce the stress, to
Yeah.
be in the nature. And when we walk around in a neighborhood, so simple, just walk around a neighborhood. Did you find out we we run into the same group of people
Yes.
every day, the
Very
same
soon.
dogs?
Very soon, I'll be able to remember those dogs' names.
Yeah, yeah. It is so wonderful to have that connection too. Even
Mhm.
we are stranger, but we kind of know that hey, it's about a time that we all walked during the same time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I think a lot of people, in the morning, just like you say, strangers, and they will just greet each other.
yeah,
They feel so good. It's just like a good human nature, good neighborhood, good natural. Yeah.
right, right. Yeah, the connection, the people's a connection, and even just to have put a smile on your face, wonderful. And then do a good stretch when you walk.
Yes.
So not only that, right now it's a lovely season that we can also go to the park to do some um uh what is that called, to do some
Well, forest
for
bathing.
yeah, forest bathing, also foraging some berries.
Wow. Yes. Yeah. Every year we were waiting for the mulberries. Uh, there were two mulberry trees in our neighborhood. The
The
neighborhood
park.
park.
Yeah,
Actually, we found a third one this year.
yeah, I know, but it's too tall. No, we are not
Yeah.
able to reach a high because the last Friday you already prepared all the tools like a bucket, your hat,
Later,
also the ladders.
but this one is just too tall, too tall. It was tall. It was on the
Yeah.
hill, but so yeah.
Still be very careful, even though you bring your ladder right there. Just to make sure you have another person to guard you. Like me, I'm guarding the ladder. um, yeah, so those also bring us a good memory.
Right, right.
And
No,
yeah.
they're fresh organic berries. No, berries is part of Dr. Joe Furman G
Mm,
bombs.
yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So berries, no, they're anti-inflammatory. Not to mention these are fresh,
Yeah.
organic,
Right.
fresh off the plant. So let's recount how many fruits we have in foraging in the park. Mulberry,
Uh, and
blackberry,
yeah,
raspberry,
raspberry. Yes.
black cap raspberry. There
Yes.
there are wild strawberries.
Yeah, on the ground. Yeah.
What else we pick?
Yeah. And
Uh,
then other is
gooseberries.
gooseberries. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not quite elderberry. I think we collect the elderberry flowers.
flowers. Yeah,
Yeah, it's so fragrant, so
yeah,
elegant. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty and you
Once a while, I pick some mushroom. Once a
I
while.
know. I'm not sure about a mushroom. I don't want to cook the mushroom. I trust the mushroom from grocery store, a mushroom farm.
Oh,
Not
come
quite.
on. I major in microbiology.
You know what? I better be safe. So so then that actually lead to our upcoming event in the
Hmm.
community that is especially starting from July. We are going to roll out another series of a 3 workshop,
Yes,
building healthy brand workshop in July, the third Monday.
July
uh
20th. I have
yeah,
the
July
flyer with
20th.
me.
And we also can put we also have a flyer description on Rochester Clinic and Lotus House Foundation event site. It's free and
Right.
125 live. And the July topic we'll be talking
Sun
about.
ball healing and
Yes,
stress
I'm so
management.
excited. Yeah, sample healing.
Right. And then
August.
it's August 17th. We will be talking about food as medicine.
And then we're going to
Not
feature
just
Gail.
food. Yeah, we'll feature herb,
Gail talking
spice,
about, yeah.
brain power foods.
Right, right. Yeah, those are kind of fun topic, and especially a lot of people already plant herbs in the
Mhm.
garden, and we also plant some herbs in our community garden, Pharmacy RS community garden. So I can't wait to
Yeah.
learn more about that from Gail. In
Yes.
September, then we just talk about we will talk about the
Movement for brain
movement
health.
and then the pink cycle. Yes.
Yes. Qigong like that. I
Mhm.
think you go very well with the previous presentation. I think that was the second one we had with the breathing. I think just like we're doing every day, not just because we're doing those every day. I think it really makes sense, logical. You have the qigong, and then you have the breathing, and then you meditate.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, bonus recipe is speaking of the heart health. All right, Dr. J, what would you recommend? The two
Chocolate.
powerful food for heart health.
Okay, okay. Beets and kale.
Yes. What if people don't like the earthy flavor of the beets or taste
Oh, very
of the
easy.
yeah.
Check with me.
Okay, here you go. So you actually can eat beets, raw beets without cooking, especially now. Go to farmers market or you plant beets in your garden, but you can see beets around more often right now. Pick the organic beets as I suggest, because they grow from in the ground. You want to make sure that it's no chemical treatment, and you peel it. Don't get rid of the green, because the green, if you saute that, don't add salt, because for some reason the beet green, once you saute it, it just tastes so salty. So you can pair with the other foods such as grains or beans that without any salt, the whole dish will become very tasty. The beet itself, you can dice them into a smaller cube and put in a glass jar. One beet, such a big, will go a long way. You can try half a beet and put in the blender. I do have a Vitamix, so it's very powerful. If you don't have Vitamix, you can cut your beets into a smaller cube. 1 cup of uh, beet cubes And then add 1 cup of the frozen strawberries, 1 banana. You can also throw in blueberries. Add some water. I would say probably give it 4 cups of water and add some flax seeds and nuts, chia seeds. Blend it. It's so tasty. That has been the all-time favorite of any people who taste the beet juice. We call beet the art beet juice. They love it. A lot of people even cannot tell there are beets inside the smoothie.
Ooh, maybe we should take a break to have some juice.
Oh, by the way, kale. What if people say that I just don't like kale? It's very tough, and I'm traumatized by my high school job cleaning up the kale. What would you say, Dr. J?
Um, I think the fun way is to make it into kale chips
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
because people love chips. So
Yes.
when I make into kale chips, you have
And
that
what go with the kale
crunchy.
chips?
Oh, the what does that call?
Nutritional yeast?
Nutritional is absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
It's just like cheese, and then they're crunchy. You have that
Right.
crunchy feel.
Right. You know what? One thing I do want, I think we should experiment that. And what would you think that if we also sprinkle some mixed
Chocolate chips.
mushroom powder? Not chocolate chips. We are talking about baking the kale chips.
Uh,
Dr. J.
okay.
So mushroom.
Yeah,
Put
mushroom
the
is
mushroom
good.
powder. Yeah.
Yeah, mushroom powder, and then when you come up, let it cool, and
Mhm.
before you serve, mix some with chocolate chips. Chocolate, everything.
You just want to put chocolate on everything, right? So give a chance. Low heat, maybe 200 to 250 degree. Just let it bake.
Hmm.
I don't know how long because normally the way how we bake the chip is once after we bake the cookie or something, then there are some residual temperature. We let it bake 250 degree for, I'll say probably about 30 minutes on both sides, and then you just turn off the heat, leave it in the oven. Forget about it. It will be crunchy.
Hmm.
um something to try. You also can saute kale. You don't need to eat them raw, even though there are so many recipes that to eat a raw salads very delicious. A lot of people they change their mind. You just need to make sure that you have the technique to massage your kale,
Hmm.
uh, remove the hard stem, and you slice a half of the avocado and also sprinkle some of the nutritional yeast. Just twist it, break it apart to smaller pieces. This will be a good stress management exercise. Just tear it up and
Hmm.
let it sit for a little bit. You can also add some lemon or lime juice and just let it sit a little bit for a couple minutes while you are doing something, and then come back to add other vegetable together like a cucumber or beans or anything. Toss them. It's delicious. So
Yeah,
people love it and they start eating more chips. No, not chips. Kale
kale
chips
chip.
or kale salad. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, give it a
sure,
try. Mhm.
absolutely. Okay. If anyone has any question about the recipe, plantar fasciitis, muscle health, um, send in a comment and we will comment and respond.
Right, right. Just send us the questions. We'll be happy to answer your questions. Okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anything else, May?
I think we cover a lot today with a short
Okay,
time frame. Save for more for next time.
sure. Okay. Thanks for joining us on Healing Step to Wellness. I'm Dr. J,
I'm May,
guiding you toward whole person health, one step.
and one bite at a time.
See you next time.
Bye.
Healing steps to wellness, one step step, one bite each day. Healing steps to wellness, guiding you along the way. Body, mind, and spirit, stronger every day. Healing steps